I think we are framing it incorrectly. I think we've had a guy just come on in the earlier piece say, well, it's not Japanese or these kind of different cultures. Islam is a religion of all cultures. You find Japanese Muslims, you find Indonesian Muslims. In fact, the largest Muslim population in the world is in Indonesia. And to say somehow, you know, this is somehow a Muslim problem. Let's look at these grooming gangs. These grooming gangs were individuals that were using alcohol, using drugs, and actually having sessions exploiting these young girls. I don't know what's Islamic about drinking alcohol, drugs and exploiting young girls. So, let me give you a clear image of what actually happened in Rotherham. When the Rotherham grooming scandal came about, British Muslim youth organised the first ever demonstration against these criminals that were claiming to be from our community. Right. We came out and demonstrated. You'll never see the far right come out against Jimmy Savile. I've not seen the EDL come outside the BBC studios. But the point I'm trying to make is, look, we have people coming out. In fact, it was a Pakistani man in Rochdale that recognised these people as victims, and it came out.
Let me bring Anira in and help us out, Anira, sort of between these different interpretations of how we frame the problem. Where are you?
I think the labelling is incorrect. I don't think it's a Muslim problem, as the rest of the panel have suggested, and we happen to be Muslims, as Sabah said, which it would have been nice to have other religions, because it's not just the Muslim community, apparently, that has this issue. We've seen many cases where there's been white groups that have been grooming, and there has been young children being raped, but we don't label them as white Christian grooming gangs. We label them by name, or we label them as just a group. And I think it's unfair that that's not the same. These are criminals at the end of the day, you know, and they should be treated like that.
Is the argument effectively that political correctness gets in the way of policing or enforcing or sorting out some of these problems?
Evan, I'm going to have to come in here. I think that's the biggest lie that's ever told, the biggest excuse. You ask any Pakistani male going into an airport whether they don't stop and search them because of racism, you'll get more likely to be stopped and searched. There's no... And that's preconditioned thinking that this individual may be a criminal. So there's no racism in that. There's no racism in Pakistani drug dealers. Why is there racism in this? I'll tell you why. Because we've been fighting this case for 3 years with South Yorkshire Police, and only now have South Yorkshire Police admitted there was no political correctness in the Rotherham issue, and there was their own internal failings. Because what happened is that these officers did not believe these young girls because they were from working class backgrounds.
No, and that problem is widely recognised.